What if the very definition of bankrupt you've accepted your entire life is a dangerous illusion? What if the real wealth, the only true fortress against collapse, lies hidden in plain sight, something no Wall Street crash, no market downturn, no unexpected crisis can ever truly touch? Forget the balance sheets, the credit scores, and the zeros in your bank account for a moment. What if the most powerful asset you possess can never be listed on any ledger, yet holds the undeniable power to overcome any storm? You know that knot in your stomach, right? The one that tightens when the bills pile up, threatening to consume everything you've worked for. That cold, creeping dread that whispers of job loss, of uncertain futures, of the crushing shame of not being able to provide in the way society relentlessly demands. It's a primal fear, deeply ingrained, that tells you your worth is inextricably linked to your net worth. And when that net worth plummets, when the financial foundations crack, it feels like everything is lost. Not just money, but dignity, security, and the very ground beneath your feet. Perhaps you've experienced the quiet desperation, the late-night calculations, trying to stretch too little across too much. Maybe you've seen the tension ripple through your home, family arguments erupting over dwindling resources, each dollar a battleground, each penny a point of contention. Or worse, you felt the chilling isolation, the crushing weight of believing you had to carry the entire burden alone, a solitary warrior fighting an invisible enemy in the dark. The American dream, once a beacon of hope, now feels like a cruel mirage, a standard you're failing to meet, a debt you can never repay. Every billboard, every social media feed, every glossy magazine cover screams the same relentless message. Your value, your status, your very identity is inextricably linked to your bank balance, your credit score, your portfolio. The pressure to keep up, to maintain appearances, to provide a life that seems just out of reach is immense. When you can't afford the latest gadget, the college tuition, or even just a decent meal out, it's not just a financial setback. It's a personal failing, a blow to your pride, a wound to your soul. You see others seemingly thriving, effortlessly navigating the complexities of modern life, and a quiet voice in your head asks, "What am I doing wrong?" This isn't just about the numbers on a screen or the paper in your wallet. This is about the erosion of self-respect, the shattering of the illusion of control, the very bedrock of your existence. It's about the silent shame that whispers in the quiet hours, the gnawing anxiety that tells you you are utterly and irrevocably bankrupt in every sense that truly matters. You feel exposed, vulnerable, as if the world is watching, judging your inability to conquer the relentless pressures of a system designed to keep you feeling perpetually behind. You've been conditioned to believe that when the money runs out, the game is over. That when there's nothing left in the accounts, there's nothing left of you or your family. But what if that entire narrative is a carefully constructed lie? What if the true measure of a family's strength, its ultimate solvency, has nothing to do with currency and everything to do with something far more profound, far more enduring? What if your family, right now, possesses an unbreakable asset that you've been overlooking, an invisible treasury waiting to be unlocked? But what if the greatest strategists and philosophers throughout history, men who navigated empires and personal ruin, understood a profound truth we've somehow forgotten? What if the Stoics, those ancient masters of resilience, knew the secret to an unbreakable family, a wisdom that transcends fleeting economic cycles? They faced political turmoil, exile, and the whims of emperors, yet their families often endured, not because of vast fortunes, but because of an internal fortitude. Consider Seneca, the Roman Stoic, a man who saw both immense wealth and utter destitution. He once observed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This isn't just a quaint philosophical musing. It's a strategic insight into family resilience, a blueprint for true solvency. They understood that genuine bankruptcy isn't merely the absence of money in your checking account. It's the absence of internal capital, the erosion of relational bonds, the depletion of shared values. It's when the human connection within your home crumbles, leaving you isolated and vulnerable, regardless of your material possessions. If you're ready to redefine what rich truly means for your family, if you're prepared to unlock this hidden power, then comment below right now. I choose to see my family as my ultimate, unbreakable asset from today. Make that commitment. Declare your intention. Because what we're about to explore isn't just theory. It's a battle plan for building an unbreakable family fortress, brick by strategic brick. The path to true family wealth, the kind that survives any economic winter, begins with understanding its core principles. These aren't financial tips. They are foundational pillars for resilience. The invisible treasury, redefining true capital Epictetus, another powerful Stoic, taught us that wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This is a radical redefinition in a consumer-driven society. True family wealth, the kind that no market crash can ever erase, is found in mutual support, in shared values, in the emotional resilience you cultivate together, and in your collective problem-solving abilities. These are the assets that don't depreciate. They appreciate with every challenge you overcome. Imagine a scenario. A parent loses their job, perhaps a layoff from a major company, a common fear in today's unpredictable economy. Most families would descend into panic, arguments, and a desperate scramble for external solutions. But a family operating from its invisible treasury reacts differently. Instead of solely focusing on the lost income, they activate their internal capital. One child, old enough to understand, steps up to help with extra chores, easing the burden on their parents. Another offers sincere emotional support, a listening ear, a hug that says, "We're in this together." The partner takes on additional responsibilities, perhaps picking up extra shifts or finding new ways to contribute. This isn't just about sacrifice. It's about showcasing a diverse pool of non-monetary skills, time, and emotional contributions. They see what remains, what can be built upon, rather than fixating on what has been lost. Most families fragment and panic under financial stress, seeing only the gaping hole where money once was. You, however, will activate your family's diverse, non-monetary assets, recognizing them as an enduring source of strength and innovation. The Fortress of Kin, Strategic Unity in Adversity. Sun Tzu, the legendary military strategist, famously stated, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." While he spoke of armies, this wisdom applies profoundly to the internal strength of your family. Family unity is not merely a sentimental ideal. It is a strategic defense, an impenetrable wall against external pressures and internal despair. A truly united front multiplies individual strengths, making the whole far greater, far more formidable than the sum of its parts. When you stand together, you create a powerful synergy that can withstand shocks that would break an isolated individual. Consider a period of significant financial scarcity, perhaps a medical emergency or an unexpected home repair bill that threatens to derail everything. Many individuals would try to bear this immense burden alone, retreating into silence, leading to burnout, resentment, and profound isolation. But a family that understands the Fortress of Kin principle operates as a strategic alliance. They hold regular council meetings, perhaps around the dinner table or on a Sunday afternoon. In these gatherings, everyone, including children, age appropriately, of course, contributes ideas. How can we save money on groceries? What can we do for entertainment that costs nothing? Can we carpool more? This isn't about blaming. It's about shared ownership, collective brainstorming, and reducing the individual burden. Each voice, each idea, strengthens the collective resolve. This isn't just about getting through it. It's about forging a deeper bond, proving to yourselves that you are an unyielding force. Most individuals try to bear burdens alone, leading to burnout and isolation, crumbling under the weight. You will build a strategic alliance within your home, a fortress against the storm, ensuring no one fights in solitude. From this moment, I commit to fostering unbreakable unity within my family. Legacy beyond ledger. Cultivating character over currency. Pericles, the great Athenian statesman, articulated a truth that echoes through millennia. What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others. In our modern world, the relentless pursuit of material wealth often overshadows the cultivation of something far more enduring. Your most valuable legacy isn't the size of your bank account or the value of your real estate. It's the values, the resilience, and the strength of character you instill in future generations. This builds long-term family equity that appreciates exponentially over time, irrespective of market fluctuations or economic downturns. It's an inheritance that can never be taxed, stolen, or devalued. Think of a family facing genuine financial hardship. Instead of shielding their children from reality, or worse, succumbing to despair, they intentionally teach resourcefulness. They involve the children in finding creative solutions, demonstrating how to mend clothes, cook simple, nutritious meals, or find joy in experiences rather than possessions. They model empathy, hard work, and the importance of community. This isn't about exposing them to trauma. It's about empowering them with the tools of resilience. They teach that true abundance comes not from what you have, but from what you can do, what you can create, and how you can connect. This builds a character that lasts, a moral compass that guides them through any future storm. Many families, caught in the relentless cycle of consumerism, believe that true security lies in material abundance. But what happens when that abundance is stripped away? Seneca, whose wisdom navigated the treacherous political landscape of Rome, offered a timeless insight. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. This isn't just about personal courage. It's a profound strategic blueprint for family survival. Financial scarcity, often perceived as an insurmountable obstacle, is, in fact, a powerful catalyst for innovation. It forces families to look inward, to discover new ways of living, to unearth latent skills, and to find new forms of abundance not in their wallets, but within their own unit and their immediate community. This isn't about mere survival. It's about thriving through reinvention. Consider a family accustomed to eating out frequently, buying new clothes for every season, and relying on paid services for home maintenance. When financial pressures hit, perhaps a significant unexpected medical bill or a prolonged period of unemployment, the initial reaction might be despair. However, a family embracing the art of adaptation transforms this crisis into an opportunity. They learn to cook more meals at home, perhaps even starting a small herb garden on their porch or in their backyard, turning food preparation into a shared, cost-saving activity. Instead of discarding worn-out items, they learn to mend clothes, repair household appliances, or even take on DIY projects that were once outsourced. They might discover the power of bartering within their neighborhood, offering childcare services in exchange for car repairs, or sharing gardening produce with a neighbor who can offer tutoring. This isn't just about saving money. It's about cultivating self-sufficiency, fostering a deep sense of pride in their collective ingenuity, and strengthening community bonds. They turn necessity into a source of unexpected joy and connection, proving that true wealth isn't purchased, but created. Most families, when faced with scarcity, see an insurmountable obstacle, leading to paralyzing despair and a sense of victimhood. You, however, will view it as a strategic challenge, igniting creative problem-solving and fostering a profound sense of self-reliance that no amount of money can buy. I embrace challenges as opportunities for innovation and growth, turning scarcity into ingenuity. The ancient philosopher Socrates, in a statement often adapted to human purpose, observed, "We are not to live to eat, but to eat to live." This profound truth, when applied to our most vital connections, reveals that we are not to merely exist alongside our families, but to actively invest in them so that they may truly live and thrive. Just as a financial bank account requires regular deposits to withstand withdrawals, an emotional bank account with your family members demands consistent investment. This means regularly depositing love, appreciation, quality time, and active listening into the lives of your spouse, children, and other close relatives. These deposits create a deep, invaluable reserve that can be drawn upon during times of crisis, when external resources are scarce and emotional support becomes paramount. This emotional capital is priceless, far more valuable than any dollar amount, because it underpins every other form of resilience. Imagine a period of intense financial stress, perhaps the kind that keeps you awake at night, worrying about the mortgage or the next utility bill. It's precisely during these moments that many families, overwhelmed by external pressures, inadvertently neglect their emotional connections. Communication breaks down, patience wears thin, and the very bonds that should offer solace begin to fray. But a family that understands the principle of the emotional bank account acts differently. Even amidst the most demanding financial pressures, they consciously prioritize daily check-ins, even if it's just a few minutes of undivided attention. They ensure shared meals remain sacred spaces for connection, not just consumption. Small acts of kindness, words of affirmation, and genuine expressions of gratitude become non-negotiable rituals. These deliberate investments ensure that emotional connections remain strong, supportive, and vibrant, acting as a powerful buffer against the corrosive effects of stress. They understand that a strong emotional core prevents the family from fracturing when external forces threaten to tear it apart. Most families, under stress, neglect these vital emotional investments, leading to fractured relationships and increased isolation. You, however, will consciously build and maintain these emotional reserves, fortifying your family's core strength against any storm. Plato, the visionary Greek philosopher, advised us to listen to the counsel of others, but follow your own judgment. This wisdom, when applied to the family unit, transforms it from a hierarchical structure into a dynamic, collaborative council. It acknowledges a powerful truth. Every single family member, regardless of age, holds unique perspectives, possesses distinct skills, and contributes invaluable strengths. True strategic capacity isn't just about the wisdom of the elders. It's about integrating the fresh, often unbiased insights of the youth. By creating a dedicated space for collective decision-making and actively valuing every voice, you exponentially strengthen your family's strategic capacity and its collective problem-solving abilities. This isn't about abdicating leadership. It's about amplifying it through inclusion. Consider a family facing a major decision, perhaps whether to relocate for a new job opportunity that offers financial stability but uproots everyone from their familiar surroundings. In many households, this decision would be made solely by the parents, with children simply informed of the outcome. This often leads to resentment, feelings of disempowerment, and a lack of buy-in. But a family embracing the counsel of elders and youth principle approaches it differently. They involve their children in age-appropriate discussions, explaining the challenges and opportunities in terms they can understand. They ask for their ideas, their concerns, their hopes, and genuinely listen to their input. A teenager might offer insights into local schools or social opportunities that the parents overlooked. A younger child, though unable to grasp the financial complexities, might voice a heartfelt desire for stability that reminds everyone of the core values at stake. Validating these contributions fosters a profound sense of shared responsibility and ownership. It leverages fresh, unbiased perspectives that can often cut through adult biases, leading to more robust, well-rounded solutions. This collaborative approach doesn't just solve problems. It builds trust, mutual respect, and a deep understanding that everyone's voice matters in the family's shared destiny. Most decisions in families are made top-down, often leading to resentment, disengagement, or missed opportunities for innovative solutions. Your family, however, will cultivate a collaborative council, harnessing its full collective intelligence to navigate any challenge with greater wisdom and unity. I will actively seek and value the wisdom of every member of my family, building a stronger collective. Now we arrive at the ultimate test of any unit, any organization, any family. the unbreakable spirit, resilience forged in fire. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, understood this profound truth when he declared, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This isn't just a poetic turn of phrase. It's a strategic directive for navigating life's inevitable storms. Adversity is not merely something to be endured, a painful phase you simply survive. Instead, it is a crucible, a refining fire designed to forge an unbreakable family spirit. Every single challenge you overcome together, every setback you face as a united front, strengthens your collective resolve. It proves to yourselves, to your children, and to the world what your family is truly capable of. It transforms fear into fortitude and doubt into an unshakable certainty that you can conquer anything. Think of a family in a small American town, perhaps facing the devastating loss of their home due to a wildfire or a flood, a sudden, catastrophic setback that levels their material world. Many would understandably crumble under such a weight, allowing the loss to define and defeat them, leading to prolonged suffering, grief, and often internal fragmentation. But a family operating with an unbreakable spirit, a family that understands this principle, reacts differently. After the initial shock, they don't just mourn what's lost. They intentionally reflect on what they learned. They discuss how they supported each other through the immediate crisis, the neighbors who helped, the community that rallied. They focus on how they emerged stronger, not just physically rebuilding, but emotionally reinforced. They transform that crushing negative experience into a powerful narrative of collective triumph and growth. They tell their children, "We lost our house, but we never lost us. We learn we can face anything as long as we have each other." This isn't about denying the pain. It's about channeling it. It's about taking the very thing that tried to break them and using it as fuel, as proof of their inherent, unyielding strength. It's the difference between being defined by tragedy and rising above it, stronger and more connected than before. Your family will not be a victim of circumstances. It will be a testament to resilience, a living example of what true strength looks like. Most families, when confronted with significant setbacks, allow those challenges to define and defeat them, sinking into prolonged suffering and a sense of helplessness. Your family, however, will use these very challenges as fuel for growth, as a proving ground for its collective strength, emerging not just intact, but fundamentally more powerful and unified. This is the ultimate form of wealth, a spirit forged in the fires of adversity that can never be repossessed, never devalued, and never taken away. Understand this. The profound wisdom shared today is a shield, not a weapon. It is knowledge intended purely for protection, for the sacred act of building, for strengthening the very foundation of your family. This isn't about manipulation, about exploiting others, or about the destruction of anyone else's well-being. It is about empowering your own unit, about fortifying your home from within, about creating an internal sovereignty, not about dominating or undermining others. This knowledge is for self-preservation, for thriving, and for ensuring your loved ones are secure in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. It's about securing your own peace, not disrupting anyone else's. You now stand at a pivotal crossroads, a moment of profound choice. One path, the well-trodden, conventional one, leads to a fear-driven, scarcity mindset. On this path, your family's worth, its security, its very future, is dictated by external numbers. The stock market's whims, the job report's fluctuations, the interest rates set by distant institutions. It leaves you perpetually vulnerable, a ship tossed by every economic tremor, every societal shift, constantly chasing an elusive sense of security that can vanish in an instant. This path promises stability through material accumulation, but delivers constant anxiety and the nagging fear that you're always just one crisis away from ruin. But there is another path, illuminated by ancient wisdom, a truth that has been whispered by philosophers and strategists for millennia. This path reveals that your family's true wealth is an internal, unbreakable force, a power that resides within you, accessible at any moment. It is the unwavering unity you forge, the enduring character you cultivate, the shared purpose that binds you, and the relentless, unconditional support that no market crash, no recession, no personal setback can ever truly touch. This is the real legacy, the real inheritance, the only asset that truly appreciates over time, regardless of what the external world throws at you. You have the power, right now, to define your family's richness. You have the choice to transcend the fleeting illusions of external wealth and embrace the profound, enduring reality of internal capital. Choose resilience. Choose unity. Choose the unbreakable spirit that proves, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that your family is never truly bankrupt, even when there's nothing left in the conventional sense. This is the freedom, the security, and the power that awaits those who dare to see beyond the surface. If this message resonated with you, if you feel the undeniable power of this truth stirring within you, then smash that like button right now. Your engagement helps this vital message reach more families who desperately need to hear it. Subscribe to the channel for more insights on building an unstoppable life, a life where true wealth, true resilience, and true power are always within your reach, regardless of external circumstances. And in the comments below, tell me, what's one non-financial asset your family possesses that you cherish most? Is it your shared humor, your unwavering loyalty, your collective problem-solving skills, or something else entirely? Share your story. Let's build a community of strength, resilience, and true, unbreakable wealth. And this community, fortified by shared stories of resilience and non-financial triumphs, is where the real revolution begins. It's where we collectively redefine what it means to be truly rich in a world obsessed with fleeting numbers. Think about it. Every single day, the mainstream media, social algorithms, and even casual conversations whisper the same old narrative into your ear. They tell you that your security is an algorithm, your worth is a market index, and your family's future is merely a reflection of your latest financial statement. This constant, insidious conditioning traps millions in a perpetual cycle of anxiety, fear, and a desperate chase for something that, even when attained, often feels empty and precarious. But you who have journeyed through these principles now possess a different lens. You see beyond the surface, beyond the superficial indicators of success that so often crumble under the slightest pressure. You understand that true prosperity isn't about what you have in your portfolio, but what you are together. It's the laughter echoing through your home, even when the pantry is a little bare. It's the quiet strength in a shared glance when a challenge looms large. It's the collective wisdom that emerges from a family meeting, where every voice, from the youngest to the oldest, contributes to a robust solution. This isn't just theory. It's the lived reality of families across America who, when faced with economic downturns, job losses, or unexpected health crises, didn't just survive, they thrived not by magic, but by activating their invisible treasury, by fortifying their fortress of kin. Imagine the profound shift in your daily life when you truly internalize this. The next time a bill arrives that makes your stomach clench, you won't immediately fall into the trap of isolation and despair. Instead, you'll instinctively turn to your family, not as a burden, but as your most powerful strategic alliance. You'll engage in the art of adaptation, seeing the obstacle not as a dead end, but as a fertile ground for ingenuity. You'll draw from the emotional bank account you've diligently built, finding solace and unwavering support in those bonds. You'll convene your council of elders and youth, tapping into a wellspring of collective intelligence that no single individual could ever match. And through it all, your unbreakable spirit will not just endure. It will be forged in that fire, coming out stronger, more unified, more certain of its inherent power. This isn't about ignoring financial realities. It's about building a foundation so strong that financial realities, no matter how harsh, cannot shatter your core. It's about cultivating a wealth that cannot be repossessed, cannot be devalued by inflation, and cannot be stolen by market volatility. It's the ultimate hedge against uncertainty, a timeless investment in the one asset that truly matters, your family's enduring strength and spirit. This is the ultimate freedom. The profound security that comes from knowing your worth is intrinsic, not transactional. It liberates you from the relentless, soul-crushing chase, allowing you to build a life of purpose and profound connection. So let's go deeper. Let's envision the ripple effect of this transformation. When you operate from a place of such profound internal strength, you become a beacon. Your children, witnessing your resilience, your unity, and your unwavering commitment to one another, absorb these lessons not as abstract concepts, but as lived examples. They learn that true leadership isn't about wielding power, but about fostering collaboration. They learn that true success isn't about accumulating possessions, but about cultivating character. They learn that even when the material world shakes, the human connections, the shared values, the collective spirit, these are the anchors that hold everything steady. This is the legacy you will leave, far more valuable than any inheritance, because it equips them to build their own unbreakable families, creating a generational chain of true wealth and resilience. This isn't just about surviving tough times. It's about defining what it means to truly live. It's about experiencing a depth of connection, a level of trust, and a sense of belonging that few ever achieve in this fragmented modern world. It's about building a fortress, not of stone or steel, but of love, respect, and mutual purpose. A fortress where every member is valued, every contribution is celebrated, and every challenge is met with a united front. If you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, if you've been told your worth is tied to your wallet, then this message is your liberation. It's your permission to reclaim your power, to see your family not as a financial dependent, but as your greatest source of strategic advantage. It's a call to action, not just for today, but for every single day moving forward. This isn't a passive journey. It demands conscious effort, deliberate choices, and a steadfast commitment to these principles. But the rewards? They are immeasurable. They are the quiet confidence in your children's eyes, the unwavering support of your partner, the profound peace that comes from knowing your family is truly, fundamentally secure, no matter what economic currents or societal pressures attempt to pull you under. This is the American spirit of ingenuity and resilience, not in isolation, but in the most powerful unit imaginable, your unbreakable family. Now, as we near the culmination of this journey, I want you to remember this profound truth. You are not alone in this. There is a growing movement of individuals who are rejecting the scarcity mindset, who are choosing to invest in true wealth, and who are building families that are fortresses against the storm. Your participation in this community amplifies that message, reaching others who desperately need to hear it. Your story, your commitment, your journey, it matters. It is a testament to the power of these principles. So, if you're ready to fully embrace this transformative path, to truly make your family your ultimate, unbreakable asset, then let your voice be heard. Don't just absorb this information, embody it. Let it reshape your perspective, redefine your priorities, and empower your every action. The choice is yours, and the power to build this enduring legacy rests firmly in your hands. This is where your journey truly begins, a turning point where you decide to either remain tethered to the fleeting metrics of the outside world or to anchor yourself in the undeniable strength found within your home. You can continue down the path where every news headline, every economic forecast dictates your family's perceived worth, leaving you exposed to the relentless currents of financial anxiety. This road promises external validation, but delivers constant unease, a fragile security that can dissipate with a single market dip or an unexpected bill. Or you can step onto a different path, one illuminated by the timeless wisdom we've explored. This path reveals that your family's true richness is an inherent, unyielding force. It's the profound connection you foster, the unwavering character you instill, the common purpose that unites you, and the boundless support that no economic crisis or personal hardship can ever erode. This is your true inheritance, a form of capital that only grows stronger through adversity, immune to the volatility of any market. You now possess the insight to declare your family's prosperity on your own terms, independent of external circumstances. Embrace resilience. Cultivate unity. Champion that unbreakable spirit, and you will unequivocally prove that your family is never truly bankrupt, even when conventional resources appear to have vanished. This is the ultimate freedom, the profound peace of mind, and the enduring power available to those brave enough to look beyond the superficial. If this profound message has resonated deeply with you, if you feel the stirring of this powerful truth within your soul, then please hit that like button. Your action helps ensure this vital perspective reaches more households yearning for genuine security. Subscribe to this channel for ongoing guidance on crafting an unshakable existence, a life where authentic wealth, unwavering fortitude, and true influence are perpetually within your grasp. And now, I invite you to join our growing community. In the comments below, share with us, what unique non-monetary strength does your family possess that you value above all else? Perhaps it's a shared sense of adventure, an unbreakable bond forged through challenges, or a tradition of selfless generosity. Tell your story. Let's build a collective testament to the power of true family wealth.